proportion. What is the concept of direct proportion? Sometimes we have two things that go up together. When one thing increases, the other thing also increases with it. Alright? So you can think about, I'll give you an example. Let's say you have rain. The longer it rains, the more water we collect. When one thing goes up, the other one goes up with it. Alright? So that is what it means by direct proportion. But direct proportion is not so simple as one thing go up, the other thing also go up. There is this concept about proportion. That means when one thing goes up, the other thing must go up by a certain amount, a fixed amount. Okay? I give you an example. Let's say we use the rain. Every 1 hour it rains, I collect 1 liter of water. Okay? Every 1 hour it rains, I collect 1 liter of water. If it is direct proportion, in 2 hours, I should collect 2 liters of water. That is what it means by direct proportion. Every hour, I collect 1 liter. But if I give you another example, okay? The first hour, I put my pail outside, I collect 1 liter of water. But the next hour, I only collect half a liter of water. In this example, they are not direct proportion. Okay? The word direct proportion means that every single hour, it must increase by the same amount. I repeat again, it must increase by the same amount. Or we say that it must increase by the constant factor. Okay? It must have the same increase in the same factor. Alright? Now let's take a look at this example. Okay? Let's say we have someone that participates in a competition. And this competition is very simple. Maybe he is taking a gun, he's shooting at the target. If he hit 1 target, he wins $5. If he hit 2 targets, he wins $10. If he hit 3, he wins 15. So every target that he hits, he earns $5 more. In this example, we say that it is in direct proportion. Okay? Because every time they increase by 1 target that's being hit, the payout or the reward increases by a same amount. Okay? So can you please write down over here? Can you see that the reward from here to here plus 5, here to here plus 5, next one is 20, next one is 25. Alright? So, how do we see whether something is in direct proportion? Like I told you, if they are in direct proportion, if we take the y divide by the x, that means we take this number divide by this number, we get 5. I take 10 divide by 2, I also get 10 divide by 2, I also get 5. 15 divide by 3, I also get 5. 20 divide by 4, 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Okay? So what is this y over x? This y over x is the constant. We call it the constant because it never changes. Okay? When I say that you are a constant, it means that you never change. Okay? But never changing, is it a good thing? I don't know. Okay? It may not be a good thing. Okay? So k or the constant can be any value except 0. Now this equation is very important. When we say that something is directly proportional to another, it will follow this equation. This equation is of the equation y equals to kx. Can you please remember this formula? Put a dot around this thing, put a star around this thing. This is the most important formula surrounding this topic. Okay, this is the most important formula surrounding this topic. Alright, so let us try to see and understand this formula together. Alright, this chapter is not difficult, huh? Alright, okay, let us see. For each of the following table, determine whether y is directly proportional to x. Okay? So like I said, direct proportion means one thing. As your y increases, does your x increase or not? It does, right? So this is the first criteria. But the second criteria is that it must increase by the same amount. Okay? So we know that if they are directly proportional, the y divided by the x must be the same. So how do we prove that it's directly proportional? All we need to do is below this table, can you write there is a new y over x? Okay, let's calculate for this new y over x. Okay, extend this table below, write down what is the y over x. I do the first one for you. Y over x is 8 divided by 4. 8 divided by 4 gives me 2. 16 divided by 8 gives me 2. 24 divided by 12 is also gives me 2. Honey, where's my... Okay. So, if the constant is the same, what does it mean? It is directly proportional. Okay? So you must write, since y over x is equals to 2, okay? Since y over x is equals to 2, for, this one don't need lah. Basically it's for all the values of x and y. So we know that y is directly proportional to x. Okay? The way that we prove whether something is directly proportional is that we find that the constant is really a constant. Y divided by x is a fixed number. Okay? Let's try for the next one. Right beside it and let's see whether it is true or not. I create a third row at the bottom. Okay, I create a third row at the bottom. What is my y over x? Let's try. Y over x is 3. In my second case is 5 over 4. My last case is 9 over 7. So what do you think, guys? Is this directly proportional? This is no. Just put no. Okay, it is not directly proportional at all. Because the value of y over x is not the same. Okay, the value of y over x is not the same. So we know that it is not directly proportional. Can you try the next one, the bottom one by yourself? Write the y over the x. Calculate for each one. What is the value of y over x? First one is 2. Second one is 2. The last one is 8 divided by 3. What do you guys think? Is this directly proportional? No. Because not all the values of y over x are the same. The last one, do by yourself. This one I'm not going to help you. You try. Y over x. Can you calculate? What is the y over x? And you tell me whether it is directly proportional or not. Ashton, can you please put that down? Just a few more minutes only. Can you please follow along? Okay, what is the next answer? 3 and 3. So is this directly proportional? Yes. The answer is yes. This is directly proportional. Why? Because the value of y over x is always the same. Okay? Alright. Now, remember, just now I say if we have two variables that are directly proportional to each other, for example, in this case, okay, I know my x and y are directly proportional to each other. I can write this down as equation. Y is equals to kx. Right? I can write down as this equation. Okay? So let us try to write this down. If z is directly proportional to t, how can we write this down as a mathematical equation? Z is, the word is the equal sign. directly proportional, just write it down as K. Okay? So the way that I'm doing it is I'm going to write this down. Z is directly proportional. I'll write KT. That is my answer. Okay, let's do a few more. Okay, let's do a few more. Y is directly proportional to X. Y is the equal sign. Directly proportional is the K symbol. So how do I write it down? Y equals to KX. Okay? Let's try one more. Now, another word for directly proportional is varies directly. This is also another way to say directly proportional. Okay? But firstly, what is the square of V? What does the square of V mean? V squared. So if I know that S is directly proportional to V squared, how do I write it down? S equals to KV squared. Can? S is equals to KV squared. Okay, that is how I write this down as directly proportional. Okay, can you try this by yourself? This is the last question. I say I'm going to end at 12:35. Okay, 2 more minutes. Can you try this by yourself? Okay, try this by yourself. Square root of t, I'll help you out. Square root of t is this. Okay, square root means the root. And then I have t. Cube of x is just x cubed. Can you try this by yourself? Okay, 1 more minute. 12:35. Okay, I give you 1 minute to do this. I will end at this question. Okay, I'm going to keep my promise. I'll end at this question. I'm not going to go further than this question. Yeah, no, I cannot dismiss you at 12:35. I'll stop teaching at 12:35. Yeah, I'm going to stop teaching. Ellie don't believe me. It's like, I don't believe you. You never keep your promise. But nonsense, I always keep my promise. Okay, come, let's go through this together. I varies directly to M. So how do you write this? Sorry, no, it's not I, it's L, sorry. L equals Km. Okay, it's really 12:35. Okay, let me finish this. I will end before it turns to 6. I will end before it turns to 6, alright? Next one. Y is directly proportional to the cube of x. Y equals to kx cubed. And the last one. What is the last one? R equals to k square root t. Okay? So the key thing to take note about this one, right, is you convert the word proportional, okay, to direct. Okay, so means it's K. Alright, so you change it accordingly. Alright, so you see the time? And you cannot see the time here. But the time is, no, 35. I stop. Okay, this one, don't need to understand one. Just convert it accordingly. Alright, I stop already. I stop.